All right, guys, coming to you from the mighty Midwest. What's going on? Today is Monday, August 19th, 2024, and we're going to talk about why interest rates went up towards the tail end of last week. So, first off, let's take care of some housekeeping, and that is a few months ago, I put out a little blurb about who would like to have a group about different ways to make money and save money and that kind of thing. And so I've decided instead of making a whole other group, this is the place to follow along for that. I'm going to put in the description box below some different links that you can go and check out. One of those will be Inbox Dollars, and Inbox Dollars you can get paid to search the internet, shopping, taking surveys, and you can get PayPal payouts as low as $10. So that's a site I actually use at the start of my day. And what I do is I get on there and I do the daily activities, and usually takes anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes. It just gets me in a different mind zone of, okay, now it's time to go out and attack the day and make some money. And typically I'll have a payout every month on that from anywhere from $20 to $100. So I just got a payout of $75 the other day from Inbox Dollars, and I have another $27 there waiting for me. And it just makes a nice little bit of chunk of spending change here and there. Take the kids to the gas station, maybe get a treat for me, that kind of thing. And then another one is Upside. The Upside app gives you cash back at not only gas stations but also restaurants. So Essen House is on there in Middlebury. You get cash back at Essen House in Middlebury. Now they typically have a daily limit on their cash back. And if you use my code, you get extra cash back for signing up as well. And yes, I do make a little money on all these links that I put down there, but hey, let's keep it local, right? Let's keep it here, keep the money circulating here. And another good one on the cash or the Upside is Jimmy John's. Sometimes they're giving 20+% cash back on Jimmy John's, the local Jimmy John's. KFC's on there, sometimes almost near 30% on there. So Dunkin' Donuts, not quite as much, but they give about 2 to 4%. Just depends on the day and how much business they're missing out on. So I would advise you to sign up for both of those. And then the other one, I'll have to remember. Quicksilver. So if you do not have an emergency fund yet, you want to get an emergency fund set up ASAP, and that's 3 to 6 months of wealth just saved of your income. In case you have a flat tire, or you have an engine that goes bad, something like that. You get sick or you get laid off, and then that is a way to save money in the emergency fund. It's a little bit harder to access and trade out of, so that makes it nice because you're not gonna have a gut reaction to spend the money right away, because I gotta maybe take this form of asset to an auction. So there's 3 items right there. There may be one more that I'm missing. If I have it, I'll put it down. Now let's get into the interest rates. So interest rates had gone down due to the Federal Reserve buying bonds, not necessarily lowering rates, but they're basically creating currency out of thin air and buying U.S. backed bonds to keep these rates down, because they know that the economy is a little bit on shaky ground. And I estimate that the Federal Reserve will drop interest rates 0.25% in September when they make their move, or they will hold. So they'll either hold the rates or they'll drop it 0.25%, is what I'm thinking. Now that's already priced into the market, and half a point cut had been priced into the market. So what happened, there's what's called the Consumer Price Index. The Consumer Price Index is developed by the Federal Reserve, looking at different prices that consumers pay. So I don't know what all is in the mix, but what I can tell you, they do kind of cheat on this number. So here's how they do it. For example, if your child were to bring home a report card and say, well, I got all A's except these 2 classes I got F's, so I'm going to throw those out. The Federal Reserve does the same thing. So they pick and choose what items that they want to have in the Consumer Pricing Index, and it does not include all items because they want to make the numbers look better, close to their numbers that they're trying to get. So at any rate, I'm watching Bloomberg, and they're talking about Austin Goolsbee warns against misrepresenting inflationary impacts. So that's going to be interesting. They're talking some more today. There's Federal Reserve is going to have a lot of action this week and next with their meetings, and it does affect my business, so that's why I like to watch it and get educated on it. So anyways, Consumer Price Index came in at 2.9% inflation rate annually, and the goal is to keep the inflation rate at 2%. So what that means is, because inflation is still higher based on the Federal Reserve's Consumer Price Index model, that the chances of a rate cut now become lower, and the chances of a higher rate cut now become lower. So that's why rates spiked a little bit Thursday and Friday. Now the good news is, because I follow this and this is my business, I had a pending buyer that we locked in at a 6.375% rate before they popped half an interest rate. So if you're looking to work with an agent that can help keep you on top of these rates and lock you in at a good rate, get with me. 574-202-4352. Texting is definitely okay. If you have any questions about the rates or what you think they might be, hey, this is no guarantee. This is all hypothetical. Things can change. A lot of different things can change. I'm just seeing at this moment what I think is going to happen, and I could be wrong, and that's just the way life goes. So don't take my advice for that, but I am a good resource to have, if you're out looking for a home. Over and out from the mighty, mighty Midwest.